What's up, family? Listen, this is Chris Marvell, and I want to welcome you to the Shift Society where we don't do fluff. We don't do fake affirmations or spoken like lies. We don't do that, man. We're here to bring clarity, man. And I wanted to actually be very honest with you. You know, the first episode was just a warm up. We are actually getting ready and prepared to change lives. We want to be able to break you through concepts, thoughts, things that you just didn't think that, were relevant in your life, but underneath they were always swirling. They were always a thing. That's what we're here to talk about. So I want to really give a lot more meat into what we're actually looking to do as far as changing lives, relationships, psychological stuff, mental wellness, mental health. We're going to do it in a way that makes sense, that actually talks to you. We don't want to talk at you. We want to talk to you. And when I was thinking about what I was going to talk about today, and it really came across to me, this thought that I sometimes have, or I've had before, where at like 2 a.m, I'm laying there in the bed and I'm scrolling, on my Instagram, or I'm scrolling on my timeline, and I'm looking at other people's wins, and I'm thinking about, wow, like they're really going at it in life. I mean, you ever felt that way? Like they're going at, like somebody else is like living a version of effort that I haven't lived. Somebody's doing something that I haven't done. Somebody's trying harder than I'm trying. And it's that it leaves like this feeling, this hollow ache in your chest. And I used to attribute that to anxiety, which some of it may be anxiety. You may feel anxious because you're stressed from looking at other people. You may feel anxious because you're feeling as if, why am I not doing something that I know I should be doing? Maybe that's why you're feeling stressed. But if it's not anxiety, I would then say that the B clause of that would be, it's your power trying to break free from your excuses. It's actually, if we were thinking about it in some artistic version, it would be that your power, when you're watching that, has been construed to say, I need to break out from here. So we're not here for motivation. We're here for transformation. And the first truth is, some of us watching this is addicted to our own suffering. Come on, man. We're addicted to our own suffering. The idea that I haven't had, someone doesn't like me, times are rough, there's never enough money, there's always going to be some issue with the government. Like, we're the ones that are addicted to our own suffering. When it comes to your life, even your comfort zone isn't comfortable. You think about, like, why is it that I haven't moved? Why is it that I haven't gotten to the places that I wanted to get to, Chris? It's a lot of times because your comfort zone isn't comfortable. It's just familiar. You're used to struggling, and anything else feels like it's a lie. You've been conditioned to believe that struggling is the baseline, that struggling is the norm. It's like a player that averages 25 points a game. That's their average. That's what they feel. So when they score 10 points in a game one night, it's like, yo, this ain't me. This ain't. They go back to the lab. They talking to their trainer, right? They working with their people. They staying late after the game. They're doing whatever it is because they know that they have fallen below what is their norm. And my question that I'm raising here, that is rhetorical, of course. Why hasn't your norm changed in the last 20 years? Like, why hasn't your norm of relationships changed? Why hasn't your norm of finances shifted? You're still averaging 8 points a game in your bank account. You're still averaging 8 points a game in your dating life. You're still averaging 8 points a game when it comes to raising your kids. You're still averaging 8 points a game when it comes to your physical fitness. Why have you not raised the average? Why is the average still 8 points a game and you're in your 30th season? Why has your average always been what it has been? Why is the average not raised? Why do you then believe, and watch this, you still believe that you're owed a new contract with more money, even though everything about your life is still the same low average? Oh my gosh. So when someone then tells you and tries to shake you and say, hey, your average is low, man. You're not performing up to par. You're not performing up to standards. That's why life hasn't given you a raise. Then that feels like that's not true. It's like, wait a minute. What you mean I'm not living up to standard? I'm living up to standard. This is exactly how I'm working harder than my parents. I'm working harder than my grandparents did, because that's what your truth is. But how about if you're still struggling? How about if you're still barely making it? Pain isn't the problem. It's not that this stuff isn't painful enough. No, that's not it. Pain isn't the problem. It's your preference. It could be your preference. You may prefer the norm of struggle. You may prefer 8 points a game because in the NBA, that may mean that you don't have to play as many minutes as the stars. The stars are the ones that got to play 35 minutes a night. They got to carry the franchise. They got to make sure that the fans got something to see when they come to the game. You may not like that. You may prefer to stay under the radar, have an 8-point existence. That might be who you are, but you'll always feel the threat of not having enough. You always feel like you're 1 foot in and 1 foot out, that you're teetering on the brink of poverty. And so I'm telling you that there's work that we can do to make sure that we're not living an 8-point per game average. And how do we do that? Here's the shadow work that we got to do. That toxic cycle that you can't break. It's not bad luck. It's blueprint. It's blueprint. It's what we've drawn up. It's what we believe. Those patterns you keep repeating, they're not mistakes. They're choices. Let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it a whole 100. Okay? That chaos that you keep creating, it's not confusion. It's control, right? This is how you have lived your life in the norm. In the norm. And we want to make sure that we're awakening, and we have to stop calling it, like, I'm just going to be careful, and like, you have to be able to break through what it is that's going on, right? I don't want to be careful. I don't want to, slowly get through this. I need to break through this thing. I need to shift these wounds. I need to stop protecting myself. I need to break through something so that I can change my life. Chris, I'm sick and tired of this toxic cycle. I'm tired of these patterns, man. I've seen these patterns growing up. Chris, I've seen this stuff. I've seen the stuff that's going on. I've seen the chaos that not having enough creates. I've seen the stress that having poor relationships creates. I've seen it, Chris. I don't want nothing to do with that, man. And I'm telling you, I'm trying to figure out how I need to preserve, who I am, while also changing who I am. And that is called being careful. Sometimes we got to break free, baby. We got to break free from the identity. We got to break free from that identity. Whatever that identity is, we got to break free from that. We may need a whole new identity. The Bible says by the renewing of your mind. So we need to renew our mind, a renewal. You got to put a whole new plan together for your mind. Can't become the same person and think that you're going to get a different result. Not going to happen. All right. Here's truth number 2. All right. And for those of you who are following along, your number 1 truth, you're addicted to your own suffering. All right. Truth number 2 is you're playing life like it's a dress rehearsal. like we got more than just this time to get done what we got to get done. As if like we have forever to be here on earth figuring it out. Nah, that ain't it. Some of y'all are 30, 40 years old listening to this, 50 years old listening to this, and you know for a fact that the best years of your youth are coming behind you. It's just the truth. All the moments in which you could have been a little ignorant and acted like you didn't know something, or you was unsure about why you did that and why you did this. Nah, that ain't it. That's over. That's over. Hey, you too old. You got gray in your beard. Y'all edges ain't the way they need to be. Listen, let's keep it a buck. You not where you used to be in your youth. And so now you are now officially challenged to raise the standard. You're not waiting for the right moment no more. No, that's what you do when you're 25, when you're 20. You're waiting for a guarantee. Some of you are. And while you're waiting, your life is happening without permission. Why are you waiting on a guarantee? You're old enough to know now that there is no guarantee. There's no guarantee in life. There's nothing that says this is going to happen for me because I'm a good person. This is going to happen for me because I try hard. This is going to happen for me because I'm really smart. Man, you have to know that there is no right moment. It's not a right moment. So let me just hold the mirror up to you. Can I hold the mirror up? Bang, mirror. Here's the mirror. Every time you say, maybe later I'll do that, you're really saying never. Keep it a buck. Every time you say, maybe I'll try that, in a couple months, you're not really committed. You don't want to do that. Every time you choose safety, you choose a slow death. Because someone else is choosing to go live. Someone is choosing to go try above and beyond, to put themselves out there. And that's going to help them grow, whether it's their business, their relationship, their status, their finances. When you put yourself out there in a risque way where people are like, yo, man, will y'all see him? Like, look at bruh. Hey, y'all see her out there? Man, she out there going crazy with the advertising. She's out. Man, y'all see her out there? She going to get her education. That's crazy. Yo, she's been locked in. Those people are choosing to live life outside the bounds. And I guarantee that they are better for it. I guarantee it. They're living a better version of life than most people. Another mirror. Hold the mirror up. Put that mirror right in front of your face. Say, boom. All right, mirror. Me and you. Here's another one. Every excuse is just fear wearing a business suit. Every excuse is just fear wearing a business suit. Let's be honest. When you have fear, it is nothing but an excuse. When you have excuses, it's nothing but fear. So which one is it going to be? Do I have a real reason, a plausible reason that I could say, this is why I'm not able to perform here? This is why this didn't happen. I'm cool with that as long as you have a rebuttal that says, but here is how I'm going to adjust. My pastor said, we don't make excuses, we make adjustments. So if we have an excuse that's real, cool. Things happen. Life is life. But the truth is that we have to be able to make an adjustment after we have the excuse, or it really serves as an obstacle that you created because you're scared. You're creating the obstacle. You're the one that is creating the story. You're the one doing that. Whatever it is, the reason is that you didn't do something probably wasn't big enough for you not to ever do it. It might have been in a moment that you didn't do it, but be honest. The reason that you didn't do it is because you didn't have enough conviction. You weren't convinced enough that it was worth overcoming, so you didn't do it. I'm just here to keep it a whole 100 with you. I'm not here to lie to you. What would be the reason? The other part of that truth is that your dreams aren't dying because of your circumstances. They're dying because of your commitments to smallness, to safety, to stories that were never yours. Here you are thinking to yourself that it's because of where I'm from. It's because of where I was born. It's because of all these things. And that's not the reason that your dreams have not manifested. It's the things that happened to me, Chris. I've been through a lot of trauma. I've been through a lot, man. I've seen a lot. So have I. I've seen a lot. I've done a lot. I made a lot of mistakes. My parents made mistakes. My wife has made mistakes. We've all made mistakes. No one on this earth is perfect. But I will tell you that I choose to stand on top of those things. So if that was a rock that was placed in front of my life, I chose to figure out, how do I climb on top of this so that I have a greater understanding of who I am, not stand behind it so that it blocks me for the rest of my life. I chose that I wanted my dreams greater than whatever was in front of me. So here you are. I just want to know, what obstacle is worth your dreams? And when I say dreams, I'm saying some stuff that God ordained, not just a goal. I'm talking about some stuff that God ordained, that He created for your life, the true and ultimate purpose for your life. What could possibly be big enough to where it's like, that's the reason though, Chris, is because my mom left me. Chris, the reason that I am not gonna reach my dreams, the reason I'm never gonna reach them, I'm not gonna do it, is because of the way my husband treated me. Think about that. I'm stuck behind the wall, Chris. It's not gonna happen, bruh. Like, leave me alone. I am where I am. I am who I am. But that might not be your story that you were supposed to hold. You were just involved for a mere moment. You were born into something, but that is not your story. And it's not the finality to your story. So that living small, that idea of I gotta be safe and I live in safety, that wasn't for you. That wasn't for you. That was what you walked into out of birth. But now that you're here, what are we doing? It's time to rise up. It's time to say, I need to go get my dreams. I gotta go get that done, no matter what. Man, don't nobody listen. There's a lot of people who have overcome a lot. Why are you not a person that can do that? I think you are. You have to believe that. All right. And truth number 3 is that your power probably terrifies you. This is also just another reason, okay, why you have not bet on yourself. Because your power terrifies you. Here's the truth. This is a soul truth. Here's what keeps you up at night. It's not the fear of failing. It is the fear of becoming so powerful that you outgrow everyone who knows your name. And you have to then stand on it. Oh, it is because now, Chris, what if what I'm trying to do actually works? What if what I'm trying to do actually pushes me into a space that I have to now own? Or what if I've outgrown the people that I know and now I'm uncomfortable because I'm a step or two ahead of the crowd I was born with or the people I grew up with? That's okay. Success will always demand new beliefs. You have to. You have to believe something new about yourself. You have to believe something new about your environment, about the work you're doing, because that is what success desires. It requires it. Growth will expose the lies that kept you comfortable. If you've always been comfortable doing something, trust me, start growing and you're going to figure out. You're going to look behind you and say, oh my goodness, I was believing that for that long? I can't believe that. I went to I had a whole year of networking and being around people of a different tax bracket and a different mindset and healthier people. And now I'm starting to realize I was sick. I wasn't where I needed to be because growth will expose comfortable lies. How about this? Power will weaken connections. Or weak ones. Power will threaten weak connections. If the greater you become, the weaker the weak connections become. So people who weren't supposed to be in your life at some point can't help but they can't stay in your atmosphere. It's troubling. It's hard because every time they're around you, they realize they don't have that power, that magnetism, that fervor, that energy, that zest, right? That going at life. Like they don't have that. And for many people, that will drive them away because people don't want to be convicted all the time. So just know that your power of even that thought will keep you from possibly wanting to go in after everything you deserve. Because like, man, Chris, I know I got a couple relationships that are a little weak, but I like them, man. It's my childhood guys. It's my people. And I'm fearful that if I keep rising or if I do something different or if I do change states, whatever it is, that relationship isn't going to last. And my question is, if it was meant to last, wouldn't it last? if it was meant to last, wouldn't it grow with you? It wouldn't die along with your growth. That'd be anything that dies on the vine as the vine grows was meant to die. Whatever keeps going up with the vine is thriving with the vine. Come on. Listen, your greatness is not here to negotiate. No. While you're playing small and you're trying to figure it out, destiny is taking receipts. So I want to just speak to you and tell you, you are not stuck. You're not lost. You're not confused. You're standing at the crossroads of who you've been and who you're meant to be. And that gap, that's not distance, that's decision. Stop. I say it just like that all the time. Stop waiting for permission to be powerful. Who are you getting the permission from? Who is powerful enough to tell you, all right, go? Your life is burning away. Daylight is going. It's the daylight on the years you have is slowly going down. And you're playing safe with your own potential. I'm curious as to why. So, this is not simply a talk. It is a raising from the dead moment of doubt, of delay, of every lie you've ever told about yourself about why you can't be great. It is time that you face the truth. The only thing standing between you and your power is your permission to use it. So listen, if you're out there, be convicted. Let me speak right to your heart and let yourself understand, I don't have to be stuck here ever again. Chris, where I am, I won't be here for long. But I will not live a life where I don't bet on myself. I'm not doing that. My life deserves better. My kids deserve better. And I got to get my mind right. I got to break free from this trauma, this sickness, this scarcity thinking, this poverty thinking. I got to break free from that, Chris, because that is why I negotiate against my own self-interest. And I got to get better at that, and I will. So I'm telling you now, I'm pushing you. I'm pushing you to change your life. Build mental wealth. We made these. Build mental wealth. You have it in you to build mental wealth. Are you going to do it? Listen, I appreciate you all. First off, make sure that you subscribe. All right, click the button here at the bottom if you enjoyed this. I want to make sure that everybody here gets what we're doing. We are here to help change the way that we think with power, entertainment, and love. Okay? And that is what the Shift Society podcast is here for. I thank you all for joining. I'll see you soon.